I think also in a country where, well, speaking of the UK, in a country where most of our interpretation of ancient Egypt would probably be watching The Mummy. I do think that
which I did for the first time a couple of weeks ago. For my sins, I also watched The Mummy Returns, which is a definite drop-off in quality, but I did enjoy Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in his, I believe it's his first screen performance coming out of the wrestling world.
Yeah.
And he's actually only in the first scene because famously the last bit that he comes in is the pretty appalling CGI Scorpion King moment.
Yeah,
kind of a bit of a cult classic moment.
It's so bad it's good.
I'm all for animatronics over CGI because CGI dates horribly, and I think there's no better example of that than The Mummy Returns.
Yeah, although I would have been interested to see them try and make The Rock into like a prosthetic scorpion.
Yeah, put him in a Scorpion Man machine. That would be cool.
And he just walks at like half a mile an hour. The action scenes might be a little bit slow. They might have to like speed that up a little bit.
Well, do a sort of silent film kind of Benny Hill thing with the just speed it up at the end. Probably still look better than it does now. But at work, my boss is very nostalgic about it because he married a German woman, and they had a kid in Germany, and he was obviously away for many years there, and they saw it in the cinema, and all the kind of iconic bits on Tower Bridge got him all kind of misty-eyed and nostalgic for home. So I was surprised when I mentioned it to him that he was actually a huge fan. I think he's probably the Mummy 2's biggest fan for purely kind of homesick reasons.
Different films can have a different significance to different people.
Yeah. I'm very excited for The Mummy 4, which hits cinemas in 2028. So a bit of a wait.
Yeah, still a bit off, but it's going to be exciting.
It'd be interesting to see Brendan Fraser getting back in shape, ready for some action. I'm curious to see what they do with it. I think I might just skip The Mummy 3 entirely. It doesn't even look so bad it's good. It just looks
just bad.
So bad.
I mean, there's a very fine balance, so we can
I
talk
don't know.
about
I mean,
the pantheon of terrible films that are actually good because of it, but I don't think that's
well, you and I were raised on The Room in our film society at uni. I'll never forget getting absolutely plastered watching The Room.
I feel like that's the only possible way to really watch The Room, because other than that, you kind of just
in company,
even more so than with alcohol. But
there's no point watching it alone. You just start thinking, what am I doing with my life if you put it on?
It's a bit sad if you're watching it by yourself. But
I do want to go to Prince Charles Cinema and see Tommy Wiseau at some point.
Yes,
One of his presentations of it.
Yeah, he's there a bit more often now, I believe.
He has a regular spot. I think it's every summer he goes.
Yeah, because I think since he released his other recent film,
it was a sort of Sharknado-y kind of.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it got the same. It didn't get to the same level of cult status as The Room did. He's been loving the publicity, and I think he's at the Prince Charles a bit more often now. So yeah,
he's embraced his role as the kind of jester of modern cinema. I think he struggled at first to understand why people didn't think it was a masterpiece, but I think he understands now, and he embraces the chaos. Better to roll with the punches. Anyway, we've gone a long way. We've gone a long way from ancient Egypt.
How you can end up with going from Tutankhamun to Tommy Wiseau in 2 minutes?
Well, quite off the back of the American Civil War.
I mean,
that's an interesting transition.
I mean, this is basically Doctor Who, but he's got no control over where the TARDIS goes.
Yeah, exactly. It's malfunctioning.
But there's always context in every turn. There's knowledge at every turn.
Yeah.
With
a Bill and Ted of the history podcast world.
We're gonna have to put that. We're gonna have to make a thumbnail of that.
Yeah, I think so. That's a good historical film. They meet Lincoln and Genghis Khan. They meet at one point. I think Socrates.
Yeah,
it's good, solid historical stuff.
Historically accurate as well.